event is sponsored by Pinty's MLSE, bringing the world to its feet, and the Rec Room. And to our media friends from America, from Canada, from Europe, and including Sweden, welcome to beautiful Toronto. Welcome to the Rec Room Eat and Entertainment, and welcome to this championship event. À nos amis des médias de Montréal et du Québec, bienvenue à Toronto, bienvenue à cet événement de championnat mondial, et merci d'être là. My name is Chris Gauthier. It is a privilege and honor for me to be your MC for today's news conference. And allow me to kick things off by introducing to you those that are seated before you, starting with, to my immediate right, Mr. Lou Delpaye, Badou Jack's trainer. The challenger for Saturday night's main event, with a professional record consisting of 22 victories, 1 defeat, 2 draws, 13 knockouts, Badou Jack the Ripper. The Chief Executive Officer of Mayweather Promotions, Mr. Leonard Ellerby. A man that needs no introduction, but the undisputed and undefeated best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and arguably of all time and future Hall of Famer, Mr. Floyd Mayweather. Co-promoter of this event, CEO of Gym, Mr. Yvon Michel. To his right, co-promoter of this event, local promoter, Mr. Lee Baxter. To Lee's right, this man will be appearing in his 9th title defense Saturday night. He is the reigning and defending WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, 29-1, 24 KOs, Adonis Superman Stevenson. And last but not least, to his right, world champion trainer, Mr. Javon Sugar Hill. And so let me start things off by introducing to you, for a few words, a man that is the top promoter in the history of this sport in this country. We had this conversation on the train from Montreal to Toronto yesterday. No other man has organized more boxing events in Canada than this gentleman as a promoter. He has staged more than 200 world-class events, including 60, count them, championship cards, and under his reign, 11 fighters have gone on to become world champions. Please welcome to this mic the event's co-promoter and Canada's #1 all-time fight promoter, Mr. Yvon Michel.
Thank you, Christian. Welcome here, Mr. Mayweather. It's a real honor to be seated beside you. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here for this press conference. We are very, very happy of bringing in Toronto a world-class boxing event, an event where we have a young world champion who will defend his title for the 9th time against a very battle-proof, a very good battle-proof contender. So this has been possible because of the great collaboration of everybody involved with this promotion, starting with Mayweather Promotion and Leonard Ellerby, with Showtime, with Mr. Steven Espinoza, Premier Boxing Champions and Heyman Boxing, Lee Baxter Promotion, and Adam Harris, who have been very, very instrumental for organizing this event, MLSE, Wayne Zronick, and the Air Canada Centre, and particularly the Ontario Athletic Commissioner, Ray Dempster, who has really collaborated really closely with us and was very helpful to bring you this great event. Beside this important main event, we will have also 9 other fights involving 4 titles, and Lee will be able to talk to you about it a little later. So all is in place for a spectacular event. The response has been great also from Toronto people. It's going to be a good crowd at the Air Canada Centre. Stevenson Jack was one of the major fights announced by Showtime when they announced their programming in February, where on the span of 3 months they showed the 15 World Championship events, including 13 World Championship. But at the beginning, from the start, the Stevenson-Jack fight has been recognized as one of the most important fights in this series. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see if Badou Jack, 2-time world champion, will be able to take the crown that Adonis Stevenson has on his head. Adonis has been champion for long, so we'll talk about it a little later. So be there. It's going to start at 6 o'clock. Oh, the doors open at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock the first fight, and the Stevenson-Jack fight is supposed to be a little shy past 11. Thank you very much.
A few words later on in this news conference to introduce the champ for Saturday night's event. Up next, he is promoting this event here in Toronto. I had the honor and privilege of working with this gentleman last month for a tremendous event here at historic Danforth Music Hall in Toronto. The matchmaking was awesome. We had a great time. It was an amazing, very, very entertaining evening of boxing. Those who were there know what I'm talking about. It is a pleasure for me to introduce to you the co-promoter of this event, CEO of Lee Baxter Promotions, Mr. Lee Baxter.
Well, this happened quick. I just want to say thank you to everyone. There's not an individual that I can point out and say thank you. This city has really come together and supported us. We've been dumped something 3.5 weeks notice. We put this together like we had 3 months. I could sit up here and go on and on and on. The truth is, you guys in this room know where we started. 2015, August 11th was the first show I promoted. I haven't stopped since. I promised you guys I was going to bring title fights, world title fights, big fights. I promised everyone that ever interviewed me that I would do a show at the Air Canada Centre. And we all know that this Air Canada Centre is now going to be the Scotiabank something, something, something in July. So thank you to all these guys up here. We managed to pull it off before the naming rights changed. We managed to pull it off before I turned 35. So everything that was promised has been delivered. And now where everyone is going to be in for a treat. Saturday night, this is a real 50-50 fight. This is a fight that's being put in a common ground where both these individuals have a lot on the line and a lot to lose. So if you haven't got your tickets, get them soon, because I guarantee this thing will be sold out once Floyd gets on the mic.
Thanks, Lee. Tickets are on sale throughout the Ticketmaster network, ticketmaster.ca. We'll come back to that later on. When you say Floyd Mayweather or Mayweather Promotions, you talk about a class act and a world-class promotion. It is my pleasure to introduce to you for the Fight Facts, CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Mr. Leonard Ellerby. Leonard.
Thank you. On behalf of Mayweather Promotions, we'd like to thank Yvonne Michelle Group, Lee Baxter Promotions, Showtime. What a spectacular event we have coming this Saturday night. Mayweather Promotions is really looking forward to hosting our first boxing event here in Toronto. Again, this is the first major event in the last 30 years, and we're excited to co-promote this event with these great gentlemen up here on the stage. And again, we have a spectacular event come this Saturday night. We have 2 great champions who will be looking to collide, and at the end of the day, we only can have one winner. And who will it be? Will Adonis Stevenson be able to land his vaunted left hand and be able to stop Badou Jack like he has with many of his other opponents? Or will Badou Jack continue on his winning streak, fighting the highest level of competition out there in the entire sport? Again, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great treat for you this Saturday night. This gentleman sitting next to me, when we talk about having big events, obviously most of you got a chance to be part of this outstanding event we had last August, and we want to thank you for supporting Mayweather Promotions time in and time out. When it comes to Badou Jack, the reason why that he's fought 6 former or current world champions in a row is because this gentleman is sitting next beside me. The reason why the Mayweather Promotions has had 3 of our fighters fighting for world titles in the first 5 months is because of this gentleman sitting to my right. Oftentimes you don't see his face, but that doesn't mean that he ain't making it happen, because he's solely the reason why, from our side, that Badou Jack got this opportunity. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the president of Mayweather Promotions, none other than Floyd Mayweather.
I want to say thank you to all the sponsors. I want to say thank you to Adonis Stevenson. Of course, I want to say Badou Jack. You're not just a great champion inside the ring, you're a great champion on the outside of the ring. It's all about conducting yourself in an orderly fashion, and this man to my right has conducted himself in an orderly fashion. Everything that Badou Jack has got in the sport of boxing, he earned it by going out there, working hard, and being the best that he can be. Adonis Stevenson, tough competitor, a heavy hitter, and one of the faces in the sport of boxing that you really don't see. He's behind the scenes, but he always makes a lot of noise. The matchup, like the gentleman said, it's a 50-50. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. All it takes is one shot. But one thing we do know about Badou Jack, he can give it and he can take it, and he's not going to back down from any opponent. The whole country of Canada, I want to say thank you, because you guys, for 22 years, you guys have helped me, myself, and also my company, Mayweather Promotions, do record-breaking numbers. Just in August, we was on a press tour. Me and Conor McGregor, we had a chance to come over to Canada and promote our event, and we did unbelievable numbers. So I really want to say thank you, not just to Toronto, but to the whole country. I want to say thank you, because we really did record-breaking numbers. And to the Badou Jack team, Badou Jack has a very, very strong team, a great team, one of the best trainers in the sport of boxing, right here. Lou Duval, I mean, unbelievable. You know, I've been in the fight game so long that me and Lou was fighting professional at the same time. Now he's one of the best trainers in the sport of boxing. So I take my hat off to you, Lou, and I want to say thank you. And to my staff at Mayweather Promotions, you guys have done a remarkable job. You know, day in and day out, you know, I demand perfection. Nobody's perfect, but we have a great team. We have a great staff. Leonard, I want to say thank you. I couldn't choose a better CEO for my company. I really want to say thank you for going out there, working hard. You know, a lot of times when I'm out there traveling the world, doing other things, you in the office, busting your ass, you in the cold, getting things done. And I want to say thank you to you and the staff for going out there day in and day out and doing what you guys have to do for us to have the best company. To all the media that's covering this event, I want to say thank you. And if you watch it live, I'm pretty sure on social media, if you watch it live, and if you're in Canada, I mean, Saturday, blood, sweat, and tears, two champions, 2 lions, gonna go out there and put it all on the line for you all. It's all about excitement, and Saturday, this will be a very, very exciting fight. Tickets are, hopefully we sell out, and if we don't sell out, we will, you're gonna miss a great show, but Showtime, thank you. We came together and we made it happen. We're the A-side. Showtime is the A-side, is the A-side in boxing. And Mayweather Promotions, we are the past, the present, and the future of sports and entertainment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayweather. On to the trainers. Floyd alluded to the fact that we have very high quality of standard of trainers here at stake, and the fighters that are going to be facing each other Saturday night are the real deal. But in order to be the kind of fighter you get to be, you need the trainer to get you there. And this gentleman is a former light heavyweight champion of the world. He is obviously a world champion trainer. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Badou Jack's trainer, Lou Del Valle.
I like to say thank you to Floyd Mayweather. You know, I've shown me a lot of respect. I like to thank the promotion. I mean, I got a lot of opportunities here on Mayweather's, team. I trained like 3 of his fighters. It's a great promotion. And the last beliefs, Badou Jack, what can I say? The biggest professional you ever see, the most dedicated fighter, the most hungriest fighter, the guy that always looking to get better, always trying something different, always working. I got a lot of respect for this man. He's my brother. And all I want to say is on the 19th, you're going to see a new light heavyweight champ. Thank you.
For the world champion trainer and Adonis Stevenson's trainer, Mr. Javon Sugar Hill.
Hello, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to this show, helping support this event. It's been, like everyone said, it's been a short event. The time putting it together, and Lee Baxter, Yvonne Michelle, and the money team, everybody's doing such a great job promoting this show. And you got 2 of the best fighters out here in boxing today competing on May the 19th, and it's gonna be a spectacular fight. Every time Badou Jack goes out and performs, he has an exciting fight, and every time Adonis Stevenson goes out and performs, it's always an exciting fight. So May 19th, you're gonna have an exciting fight at the Air Canada Center here in Toronto. Thank you.
Thanks, agrees on the fact that it will be a tremendous event. 2 world champion fighters going at it for 12 rounds of action for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the World Saturday night at Air Canada Centre. To introduce the challenger, I hand the mic back over to Mayweather Promotions CEO, Mr. Leonard Ellerby. Go ahead, Leonard.
Thank you. There aren't enough accolades out there to describe what Badou Jack represents. As Floyd touched on, he's the ambassador of the sport. He's the face of Mayweather Promotions. He's a great family man. He's the guy that he gives advice to all our younger fighters. Just everything about this guy is genuine and good. He's a solid dude. And we're so proud of him and the accomplishments that he's accomplished thus far. And come Saturday night, he will be the new WBC light heavyweight champion of the world. And we're very confident of that. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to bring up none other than the new WBC light heavyweight champion come this Saturday, Badou Jack the Ripper.
Right. First off, I want to say assalamu alaikum to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. I want to thank all the supporters here from Canada. It's been crazy. I can't even walk around the city. Everybody supported me, so I'm very thankful. I want to thank my promoter, Floyd and Leonard, Yvonne Michelle, Lee Baxter, my coach here, Lou DeVal. I mean, we had an amazing camp. I haven't been sick, I haven't had no injuries, no problem. This is the best camp I ever had. Everybody say that, but this is actually true. And yeah, you're gonna have a new champion. I asked for this fight, he didn't ask for this fight. I asked for the fight. I called him out before I even moved up to light heavyweight. Because he's one of the best, so I want to fight them. I'm all about fighting the best. This is my 6th world champion back to back. And I want to continue to get the big fights. I'm all about the big fights and all about the big money, so.
Money team, baby.
And yeah, like I said, I asked for this fight, and he got nothing that scares me. I fear no man. He's one of the toughest guys in boxing, but I'm a tougher guy. and I will prove that May 19th. I'll be a new champion. Thank you.
Thanks, Badou. On to the champ's corner pour la présentation du champion. Yvon, to introduce the champ, Yvon Michel.
Thank you. Adonis Stevenson has been champion since 2013. He's enjoying the longest reign as a champion, as a current champion. He faced everybody was asked to. He was in 2013 against all odds, knocked out Chad Dawson to become world champion. It beat him in 76 seconds. And in 2013, Ring Magazine, Sports Illustrated, they named him the Fighter of the Year. He could have been the Fighter of the Year after year if he would have got the chance to prove himself. I know that a lot of reporters, a lot of people are underestimating Adonis. I was reading reports, or there was a survey in a state that was saying that out of 15 writers, 12 of them believe Adonis was not going to keep his title this weekend on May 19th. You said that you asked for Adonis, he didn't ask for you. Adonis always asked to fight the best contender possible, and he really enjoyed fighting you, Badou. I can confirm that to you. He is excited, and there is nobody in boxing that can hit as hard as Adonis can hit. And you will find out, Badou, because everybody changed when they first get hit by Stevenson. Everybody changed color. Sorry? You will see. Adonis will bring his best, will be at his best. And May 19, at about 11:30, about 4 or 5 rounds after that fight would have been started, Adonis will be still the WBC light heavyweight champion of the world. If I look at in history of boxing, I was looking at what the WBC is rating out of his 38 champion of the history of the WBC, and they name number 1 Bernard Hopkins, number 2 Roy Jones, number 3 Bob Foster, number 4 Michael Spinks, and number 5 Adonis Stevenson, number 5 in the history of boxing. This is according to the WBC. No, I'm talking light heavyweight. You said nobody was perfect, but 15-0, it's pretty good. So, I'm inviting, and it's currently considered a number 5, but we keep counting. He's 40 years old. We were talking about it not that long ago. Maybe he will try to get to the Bernard Hopkins record at 50 years old, and anyway, to become champion. And anyway, what he was saying, you cannot find somebody more dedicated, more disciplined. He doesn't have a fight, he trained. No matter the day, no matter where he is, he trains, he prepares, he makes sure to be ready when he will get in the ring. That's why at 40 years old, he's still at the top of his boxing, and it will be for years to come, and gradually, he will one day be considered the best light heavyweight at the WBC in the history of boxing. So I'd like to invite Adonis Stevenson to say a few words for us.
Hello everybody.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Al Eman. You know, Al is the best manager. He make it happen, and with Floyd promotion, thanks. And Lee Baxter, tremendous job. Thank you. Good people, Michelle. Thank you too. I'm very happy to be here at Air Canada Center. Very exciting, and with Badou Jack the fight coming up. Badou, are you ready?
Definitely ready. You ready?
My friend Badou is ready. Oh, I'm very, very excited. You know, I love that. I love that because you never get hit. That's the problem. But
You never fought nobody either, so.
okay, it's good. But when we're gonna get hit, it will be a different thing, you know. And it will be exciting. And I hope he's ready. I know he's ready. We're trying very hard. Very good. So it will be very exciting. It will be very exciting. I love it. I love it. And all my fans and Canadian fans are invited to come. You know, the Air Canada Center has been a while. No championship. Now we have a big championship. We're gonna make a story, you know. So I'm very happy to be here and to fight, to perform, and I'm looking for the knockout. So don't blink, because that will be too late. So I'm looking for the knockout, and I know Badou is ready. He's prepared, you know, and he's gonna make a slick movement, right and left. I know everybody. I know, but you know, it's 12 rounds, and I just need one punch. Only one. That's it. That's one. I just. And soon it's gonna land. I'm going to knock him out, and he's gonna stay on the floor. That's it. You know. So I'm very happy, guys, coming to enjoy the fight with Badou Jack, and we're gonna laughing, and we're gonna enjoy. This is a big promotion, and I'm very happy to be in Toronto. You know, I'm a world champion. You know, I love Montreal, but you know, I can only stay in Montreal. It's Canada, and Canada is big. It's a big platform. Toronto is a big platform. So I'm very excited to fight in Toronto. I'm very happy. Floyd is here too. I'm very happy. What's up, Floyd, my man? Yeah, and you know, so we're gonna enjoy the show. So don't miss that, and don't blink. All right, thank you very much. And I would like to thank Showtime. Showtime is doing a tremendous job. Thank you very much, and I love you guys. And I'm a Canadian. Come to support the Canadian, baby. Yeah. Yes.
Well, the stage is set. Once again, we kick things off at 6 p.m. this Saturday night at Air Canada Center here in Toronto, with the main event going later. 12 rounds of action for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the World between Badou Jack the Ripper and Adonis Superman Stevenson. We'll go ahead with a photo op in just a few moments and take questions from the floor, but I'll start the Q&A period with a question of my own for the champ. A lot of people think Badou is your toughest test as a champion. Do you agree or not?
Any opponent is big for me. So for me, you know, I'm just going to the ring and just perform. You know, that's what I'm doing, and he's good. I know he's good. He's a good contender. He's a two-time world champion. So I'm very excited to fight him. I'm very hungry. I got 40 years old, but I'm very, very hungry. And I got a kid. I got a family like him too. We both have a kid and family, and you know, so he's a big money too business. You know, we're laughing now, but in the ring, it's not joke now. You know, and everything will be just fight, and who's gonna win? you know, I know I'm gonna win. But Badou Jack is a good contender.
You know you're going to win. What would a win do for your legacy?
You know, for my legacy, but I will see because I got Badou Jack, but I'm looking for the big thing. So I let the people talking. You know?
And finally, on the prediction, well, you were pretty clear here at this mic just a moment ago on the prediction. You're going for the knockout.
Me?
Quick or late knockout?
You know, Emmanuel Stewart always told me, knockout sale. Knockout sale. You just get in the ring and knock the guy out. You know, so that's what I'm gonna do. You know, this is the Chrome Gym preparation. You know, you just training for the knockout. So I can go 12 rounds. I can box. It's not a problem for me. But first thing is the knockout, and that's I'm looking forward for the knockout.
Thanks, Adonis. Badou, you relinquish your light heavyweight title for a chance to challenge this gentleman, challenge Adonis for the WBC World Championship. Why was fighting him so important for you that you had to relinquish your title?
I mean, that was part of the agreement for us getting a title shot at first, so that's not really true. But Floyd told me he's gonna give me this fight, so I said, why not? It's a bigger fight, and you know, he can work on his excuses right now because I'm gonna knock him out.
But you know, and everybody here knows, and I know you know that too, that Adonis is one of the hardest hitters in the business.
Yeah, but the question is, he can give it, right? Can he take it?
So how do you plan? What's your plan? How do you plan on silencing his left hand?
This is my 6th world champion back to back. Look at the guys he fought. 5 years ago, that's one thing, but right now, I'm the man.
Hey Badou, you forget Derek Edward? You forget Derek Edward? He knocked you out, and I knocked Derek Edward out just to come back to my first loss. And you never revenge your
He didn't want no rematch.
You know, so stop talking, please.
Questions from the floor. Any questions from the floor? Please identify yourself, please.
Hey, Morgan Campbell from the Toronto Star. Business question first, because Yvonne, we talked on the phone, you straightened me out about your end and how this fight left Montreal. So my question is, because we know like you lost some money moving the fight from Montreal, and you guys all had to pay Lee to move his card a couple weeks back. So that makes it seem like to me that it was very, very, very important that this fight come to Toronto. So from a promotional aspect, I'm curious, and maybe the Mayweather Promotions guys can straighten this out too. Why was it so important that this fight come to Toronto?
It was very important to come here to Toronto because they have the best fans. You know, this is a big time sports city. You know, you look at the Maple Leafs, you have the Raptors, and now you got Stevenson versus Jack. Again, we're bringing this big event here. This is the biggest event that's been here in 30 years. I repeat, 30 years. So on behalf of Mayweather Promotions, we coming back. Oh, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. We're gonna continue to bring you these big time events right here in Toronto. And that's what it's all about.
Okay, so it was for business opportunity, but to make sure there was no problem going in Montreal, the bed center, everything was getting ready, and then suddenly we were asked to move here, and coming here, we found great fans, a great collaboration from Lee and from Leonard, and we are very, very happy of the success and the success that the event will bring, that will get Saturday, May 19th.
Next question.
Hi, Jean-Luc Lejeune from RDS in Montreal. A question for Floyd. A lot of person gives Badou an advantage, saying that Adonis is getting older and he didn't have a lot of rounds in the previous years. Based on your own experience, where you fight in your 40s, Do you think that Adonis has lost something? What did you lose when you getting older in the ring, and did you think that Badou will get an advantage on that?
Actually, that's a good question. When I was a lot younger, of course, because I was a professional for 21 years competing, against the best for 21 years. So I want to say when I was younger, of course I was a lot faster, a lot stronger, I hit a lot harder. But when I got older, a lot of those tools, a lot of things that I was able to see when I was younger, I was able to do the same thing once I got older. It was a total different game once I reached 38, 39, 40. It was totally different. And a lot of times what we bank on is, what Adonis Stevenson is banking on is his power. Whereas I faced a lot of guys that was heavy hitters, and I was able to make smart moves, calculated moves, and was able to listen to my corner to dissect a guy that's a heavy puncher and break him down in the later rounds. So I think that you can't overlook Badou Jack just because he has 13 or 14 knockouts, because his 13 or 14 knockouts is against solid competitors and solid competition. But Adonis Stevenson, we know that he's a heavy hitter. But in a sport of boxing, anything can happen in a match of this magnitude. So I don't want Adonis Stevenson just to think that Badou Jack is all the other opponents that he has faced in the past.
One last question, and then any other questions you may have can be addressed to any of the guests that are just sitting up here on stage later on after for one-on-one interviews. Last question.
Mike Hoppinger, Ring Magazine. Badou, since that knockout loss to Derek Edwards that Adonis mentioned earlier, they've gone on a great run. A lot of people think it's the best run in boxing. And do you consider yourself the most improved fighter in the sport? And do you think everything's been leading up to this?
I mean, I don't compare myself to other people, so I don't get the most improved fighter. I just think, I did good, and that was just a little accident, and it just woke me up. And now we're here. I'm, like I said, 6 world champions back to back to back. There's not a lot of fighters in boxing that have done that.
Okay, let's bring the fighters together before the tables for a photo op. Is that right, Matt? I don't call the shots here.
Okay, everybody stay down. If you're with the public, we need you to stay in your seats so we can get the picture. Hang on one sec, we're gonna move the tables back. The fighters will be available after this photo op. Adonis will be over here to the pool table side, and Badou will be up top by these tables. We'll get everybody what they need, but please stay down, photographers, so the cameras can get the shot first.
And while we do that, thanks so much on behalf of Mayweather Promotions, Kobe Von Michel, Lee Baxter Promotions. Thanks for being here, and we all look forward to seeing you here tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the official weigh-in here at the Rec Room tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then Saturday, first fight starts at 6 p.m. at Air Canada Centre. This event is in association with Premier Boxing Champions, live on Showtime in the U.S., live on pay-per-view in Canada, Shaw Bell and Indigo. Sponsored by Pinty's MLSE, bringing the world to its feet, and the Rec Room. Once again, tickets on sale throughout the Ticketmaster network and outlets. Ticketmaster.ca.
Esther, you got it? Look at the lady right back up at the top there, please. Showtime. Showtime, right over there, right there. With her hand up. With her hand up. Down. One more down here, please. Down in front. Everybody down here. Okay, now can we get one face up?
Thank you for coming to Toronto. Let's go,
And so it is once again Adonis Superman Stevenson, Badou Jack the Ripper, 12 rounds of action for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the World Saturday night at Air Canada Centre here in Toronto.
Yes, sir!
All right, television goes first with the champion, with Stevenson over here. If you want to line up over here, get Adonis on TV. Print media over to the left with Badou Jack and Floyd Mayweather.